Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Dear students, today I am here with the explanation of few important questions from civic chapter number 6, understanding our criminal justice system. Students, I will also provide you the PDF of these question and answer. Let's see some questions from this chapter. Question number 1. What is fair trial? Answer. In a fair trial, justice is done to the innocent person and the real accused is awarded sentence. Fair trial means opportunity for accused person to prove himself or herself innocent, and in fair trial, real accused, real guilty person is awarded sentence. Sentence means punishment. Real accused, real guilty one is punished by the court. Number 2. What role do the police play in investigating a crime? The role of police in investigation of crime. Answer. Whenever there is any complaint about the commission of crime, police start an investigation into it. As we discussed that whenever there is a complaint of commission of crime, police begin their investigation about the crime. The investigation include recording statement of witnesses and collecting different kind of evidences. Police record the statement of witnesses and collect the different kind of evidences related to the crime as a part of their investigation. The police form an opinion on the basis of this investigation. If they think that the evidence point to the guilt of the accused person, they file a charge sheet in the court. After the completion of investigation, police form an opinion. If they think all the evidences and statements are against the accused person, they file charge sheet into the court. In court, it is not the job of police to decide whether a person is guilty or innocent. It is the judge who decides this point. When police file a charge sheet into the court, and in court, it is not the responsibility, not the duty of police to decide whether the accused person is guilty or innocent, but it is judge who decide whether the person is guilty or not. Number 3. What guidelines have been issued by the Supreme Court on the role of the police in investigation of crime? Question number 3. At the time of investigation, police, they have to follow the guideline which is given by the Supreme Court. So, which are the point of that guideline? Answer. Police investigation always have to be conducted in accordance with law and with full respect of human rights. In this connection, Supreme Court has issued some guideline that the police must follow at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation. At the time of investigation, I am explaining the answer of question number 3. At the time of investigation, police have to work accordance with the law and with full respect of human right. For that, they have to follow the guideline provided by Supreme Court of India. Point number 1. Police are not allowed to torture or beat or shoot anyone during investigation. Police has no right to torture or beat or shoot anyone during their investigation. Number 2, they cannot inflict any form of punishment on person even for petty offences. They cannot use any form of punishment on person for little crime or small offences. These are the guidelines they have to follow at the time of investigation. Question number 4. Write a short note on first information report. Very important question from this chapter. Answer. Police begin their investigation into crime after an FIR is lodged. The law states that it is compulsory for an officer in charge of police station to register an FIR whenever person gives information about cognizable offence. Police begin their investigation of crime whenever FIR is lodged in police station, and it is the duty of police officer to register FIR about the commission of crime whenever any person come to complain about the commission of crime. This information can be either oral or in written. FIR mentions the date, time and place of the offence, detail of the basic fact of the offence including description of the event. Might this complaint the person giving orally or maybe in writing form. FIR include date, time and place of the offence, fact of the offence and description of the crime. All these information included in FIR. FIR also mentioned the name and address of the complainant. The police register an FIR in a prescribed form which is signed by the complainant. He gives the complainant free copy of FIR in the last. FIR also mentioned the name and address of the complainant person, and FIR form is a prescribed form. Police register complaint in prescribed form, and that form is signed by the complainant, and at the end police gives the free copy of FIR to complainant. Question number 5. What role does the public prosecutor play in criminal justice system? The role of public prosecutor. Answer. Public prosecutor plays a key role in criminal justice system. In the court, he presents the interest of the state. His role begins once the police has conducted the investigation and filed the charges in the court. Very important role played by public prosecutor in criminal justice system. He presents the interest of the state into the court. Once police completed the investigation and filed charge sheet into the court, then after the role of public prosecutor starts. He does not play any role in investigation. Being an officer in the court, he is expected to discharge his duty impartially. It is also his duty to present the full and material fact, witness and evidence before the court so that the court may decide the case. Public prosecutor has to play his or her role impartially without any favor. And as a responsible officer of the court, public prosecutor has to present facts and evidences of the crime into the court to decide the case. Question number 6. Describe the role of judge in criminal justice system. What the role played by judge in criminal justice system? Answer. Judge has a key role in criminal justice system because it is he who decides whether the accused is guilty or innocent. His role is just like an umpire in cricket game. Very important role played by judge in criminal justice system because it is he who decides whether the accused person is guilty or innocent. He played a role of an umpire in criminal justice system. He conducted the trial impartially and in open court. The judge hears all the witness and evidence, if any, presented by the prosecution and the defense. It is the duty of judge to conduct the trial impartially and in open court. Judge hear all the witnesses and check all the evidences presented by both the party, means public prosecutor as well as defense lawyer. He then decides the case on the basis of the evidence presented and in accordance with law. If the accused is guilty, then the judge pronounces the sentence. He may get jail or be fined or both. It all depends on what the law prescribes. After completion of the hearing of the case, after completion of the trial, judge pronounced the judgment on the basis of evidences and statement of the witnesses presented by public prosecutor and defense lawyer. He may pronounce sentence to jail if the person found guilty. If judge find accused person guilty, he may get jail or be fined or both. It depends what the law prescribes. Question number 7. What fundamental rights have been guaranteed by Article 22 on the Constitution and criminal law to every arrested person? Constitution of India has given fundamental right to the arrested person. So which are these rights? Answer. The following rights have been given to arrested person by the Constitution of India is per the Article 22. Number 1. Right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offence for which the person is being arrested. Police have to inform the person at the time of arrest the reason of his or her arrest. Number 2. Right to be presented before the magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. It is the responsibility of police to present the accused person within 24 hours of his or her arrest. Right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. Right number 3. Police are not allowed to torture or not allowed to ill-treat the person in custody. Number 4, confession made in police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. Sometimes, because of the torturing of the police, accused person might confess the crime. But the confession made in police custody by the accused person cannot use as evidence in court by police. Police are not allowed to do such thing. Number 5, a boy under 15 years of age and women cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. Police are not allowed to call boy under 15 years of age or women only for the questioning purpose in police station. So these are the fundamental rights given to accused person or arrested person by the Constitution of India. Last question, question number 8. What are known as D.K. Basu guideline issued by the Supreme Court of India? Write in brief. Answer. Supreme Court of India has issued specific requirement procedure that the police and other agencies have to follow for the arrest, detention and interrogation of any person. Supreme Court of India has issued some guideline for the police and other agency at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation of any person. These are known as D.K. Basu guideline. Following are the points of D.K. Basu guideline. Number 1, police officials who carry out the arrest or interrogation should wear clear, accurate and visible identification and name tag with their designation. At the time of arrest and interrogation, police officer must wear clear, accurate and visible identification and name tag with their designation. Means at the time of arrest, they have to wear a clear identification of their designation. Number 2, a memo of arrest should be prepared at the time of arrest, should include the time and date of arrest. It should also be attested by at least one witness who could include a family member of person arrested. The arrest memo should be countersigned by person arrested. Number 2, they have to prepare a memo, and in that memo they have to mention the date and time of the arrested person, date and time of the arrest, and even it is at least attested by one of the family member, and memo should be signed, countersigned by arrested person. Number 3, person arrested, detained or being interrogated has right to inform a relative, friend or well-wisher. The arrested person has a right to inform his or her relatives, family member or well-wisher the reason of his or her arrest. Number 4, when a friend or relative lives outside the district, the time, place of arrest and venue of custody must be notified by police within 8 to 12 hours after arrest. If person, relatives, friend and well-wisher are living outside the district, so they have to inform them within 8 to 12 hours the reason, time and the place of the arrest, the place of the custody of arrested person to these relatives. Friends, these are some important questions from this chapter. I will also provide you the PDF of these question and answer. Thank you very much for your cooperation.